Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24, creator team career with Cadillac here on the PC. Tonight it is round 14. We head to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. So we are 1 day away from the Grand Prix weekend. We have less than $1 million in the bank. And we are right at the end of the month as well. So we need basically to hit our financial targets in this race just to make sure we don't go into debt at the end of the month. God, I love that financial pressure. Oh, it's so much fun. Right, where are we? Let's have a look. We've got plenty of research going through at the moment. We've got a side pod project that's due to finish the day of the race, actually. So that'll be finished when we come back on the Monday. But we won't have the funds to get a new project started, unfortunately. And then these are the spares that are currently being built. This is one of the reasons we don't have a huge amount of money anymore. Because we had a huge shunt. And, yeah, Hamilton went off in qualifying, did massive damage to the car, and wrecked quite a lot of parts. So, yeah, not the best But we still managed to salvage a decent result. We didn't get points last night, so it's another mulligan gone. We have, is it just 2 remaining or is it 3 remaining now? Might only be 2. Let's have a look at the board. Let's see, we've done 7, so we need to do 5 more races. And they're at, let's see. Yeah, we've got 2 mulligans left. We need to score points in 5 of the remaining 7 Grand Prix if we want to hit that long-term objective this year. So, that puts a bit of pressure on us now. I don't think we're going to get this year. I think we'll fall just short. I think we might hit 10, maybe 11 if we're lucky. I don't think we're going to get to 12. It is a little bit harsh that the long-term objective, even though we're running a reduced calendar of 20 Grand Prix, it still stays at 12, so it's not 50%, it's actually more than that, but yeah, never mind, eh? Let's see, who we got in the chat? We got Daniel, Army, we got Wayne, Dino, good to see you guys. Hello to anyone else who's lurking in the chat as well. Let's take a quick look at the standings. This is where we are in the Constructors. We're still 5th. We're still hanging on to that 5th place that we need at the end of the year. Ferrari have closed the gap a bit, as you can see. They are now just 16 points behind us. It's starting to get a little bit squeaky bum time. And in the Drivers' Championship, both of our drivers are in the top 10. Sandwiching Ollie Bearman there, but it is Oscar starting to break away at the top of the table. You can see he's up to 238 points. He's now 42 points clear of George, with the remaining 7 rounds of the championship, and he's racked up 7 wins so far this season in the opening 13 rounds, and a sprint win as well. So he has been pretty prolific. Certainly a lot more so than Charles. Charles chipped in a couple of wins of his own, but has not been able to match Oscar's pace or consistency this year. So it's very much advantage Oscar in the Battle of the Bulls. And George, after a very slow start to the season, really picked up a huge wave of momentum. Has slipped a little bit in the last few rounds, although returning to form in Hungary, picking up 2nd place. 3 wins to his season. I think he got all 3 of those back-to-back, if memory serves. And he picked up a couple of sprint wins as well. So George is the closest competition at the moment. Kimi, no wins this season in Grand Prix. He has won a sprint. He's been on the podium 6 times. He has been pretty consistent, actually outscoring Lando so far this season. So I think we are getting close to seeing a very, very strong title challenge from Kimi. Maybe next year, maybe the year after. Not sure whether he's out of contract this season. I think he's going to be at Mercedes for a little while yet. Let's have a quick look. We're not going to dive into... Oh no, he is out of contract at the end of this month. Look, he's not interested. And we're not at a Grand Prix weekend, so that means he has signed a contract with somebody. He could have re-signed at Mercedes. He could have signed to go somewhere else. We will have to wait till the end of the season to see. We're not going to spoil that surprise. So, let's advance time a day. There we go. Dive into the inbox. We are looking at warm weather, no rain. And there you can see the actual forecast. Well, I'd say no rain. We've got a little bit of rain on practice, but no rain for qualifying, no rain for the race itself. And with warm conditions, we won't have to worry about tyres not keeping their heat without being pushed. So that gives us a little bit more flexibility in our tyre choice options. We could go soft to medium. We could maybe go soft to hard. We could even go medium hard. We're going to have some options, but it will almost certainly be a one-stop Grand Prix. Certainly for a good chunk of the field, it's going to be a one-stop. Some will probably two-stop it. I think that with our drivers, even though the car isn't the greatest at looking after its tyres, our drivers are both pretty good at looking after their tyres. They've both got a 90 rating there, so that will certainly help. So let's set some targets. 18th or higher for both, as always. I forgot to check the car parts. Never mind, we'll do that when we get to Spa.
This weekend, we're in Belgium, in the picturesque province of Liège. Last round was a dream weekend for race winner Oscar Piastri, the Australian showing his mettle against the best of the best. It's time then for another thrilling weekend of F1 drama.
Right, do I put Ugo in the car? I think we probably should, shouldn't we? Try and get him as much track time as possible this season. There we go. Once again, it's Hamilton we're going to swap out because he is the driver who's leaving at the end of the season. Max is the one who's sticking around. We're at, what, just under 1 mil. So tyres, not quite the right conditions for them, but it's better than running slicks. Let's do our usual of putting everything into a low pace there. We're on Mark 3 spec across the board there, and Mark 3 across the board there as well. I don't think we've got anything that's Mark 4 yet. I think Mark 3 is the highest we've got. Yes, it is. Okay. Evening, Adrian. Right. Practice parts then. 26% engine. We'll be putting a brand new engine into Max's car tonight. We've already had to do that with Hamilton, unfortunately. Still got a spare ERS unit, which is nice. And we've got some choices on gearbox. We'll go with the 41%. I don't think we need to take the risk of running that one anymore. So that is Max's car prepped on parts. Let's do the same now for T'other. There we go. We don't have another ERS, unfortunately. It's destroyed. And we will go with that gearbox. There we go. Right. Tyre compounds. Don't need to worry about tyre compounds. We're starting on Inters. That's good. Fuel load. Spa is a very long track. 4.2 miles long. So 15 laps is it if you want to do 2 separate runs. So we're not going to put any extra fuel in for Ugo. And as always, we will call them in as soon as we have feedback to minimize running on the car, especially now that we are out of practice parts for ERS and we're down to our final engine already. So got to look after our practice engine. As for Max, we'll go with 20 laps. It's probably a little more than I'll need, but we'll put that in anyway. Right, setup time. Let's start with car 1. So this is quite a low downforce circuit. The rear wing is going to be anywhere from 9 to a 10. So could be there, could be there, could be there. I'm going to go with a 9.5 to start with. We will drop the front wing down. This is usually in the window of sort of 2.5 up to a 4. We're going to start with we'll start with a 3.5, I think. We'll go with the 4.6. This ranges from like a 5.5 through to like a 3.7, maybe a 2.8. We'll go with a 4.6 to start. And then I'm going to just up this just a little bit and drop this down just a little bit. And that car is set. Let's go over to max and try something a little different. So let's go with a little bit more front wing. We'll go with a 4 on this one. We'll go with a 9.5 again. That's on the edge right now, but that might change in a minute. Let's see. We're going to go with a 3.7. I don't think that's going to work, looking at it. Are we running too much front wing? No, not enough. The front wing and the rear wing are the only thing that affect the rear wing. Nothing else does. So, gonna need to think of something a little different. Let's try then running a 10. There we go. And because we're going to go with a 10, we'll have to compensate a little bit with the rest of the car. So we'll bring that back down a touch. Instead of going to a 3.7, I'm going to go instead to the middle. We'll go with a 5.5. I'm going to leave that in the middle where it is there. I'm going to drop that all the way down. So, 2 separate setup directions. Let's see if either of them are correct as we hit the track. We'll check the weather.
4 seconds. 3.
See how long it's going to stay on Inters. And for about 40 minutes. And then it should just about go to slicks at the end. So, let's get Ugo on track. And we'll give them a little bit of a head start before we send out Max. Just so they don't trip over each other.
Radio check when you can. Copy, loud and clear. Try to work on the front tires.
And now I'll send Max.
Radio check.
Yeah, radio check.
Yeah, radio's very good for us.
How am I today? Not too bad. I was a little tired earlier. Did not sleep
Try
well.
to reduce curb use,
night.
it's unsettling the car.
Okay.
I only got about 3 hours sleep in
Get the
total.
tyres
I
ready.
dozed for, I don't know, maybe about 2.5 hours. Or slept for about 2.5 hours and woke up and then I dozed for about 20 minutes, after that, and then just ended up getting up because I just couldn't get back to sleep. So I thought I was going to be really tired, but I've actually had a decent kind of chill today. Haven't worn myself out doing too much. Got my new pullover hoodies that I ordered. I don't have a lot of tops, like for cold weather, so I ordered a couple of printed pullover hoodies from the same place I tend to get my t-shirts from, and they arrived today. One's a Full Metal Alchemist one, so it's got the little symbol on the front, and then it's got a picture of I can't remember the name of the little brother in the giant armor. It's got him on the back, and then the other one was a Maginot hoodie from Alien Earth. So it's got like the logo, the Maginot logo on the front, and then it's got like a much bigger print on the back of it as well. So a couple of extra warm tops now. Alphonse, there we go. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name. I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist in a while. I need to watch that again at some point. I've got the Blu-ray box set with the remake that they did, Brotherhood. But yeah, I've got like a 10-disc set, Blu-ray box set, which is quite nice. Watched it through a few times now, but I haven't watched it in a few years, so I'll have to watch that again soon. I don't have a particularly big manga or well, not manga, sorry, anime collection. It's pretty small, but pretty specific. So I've got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I've got Death Note, like a collector's set of Death Note. I've got Cowboy Bebop, the series and the movie. I've got season 1 of Sword Art Online. And that's it. That's my complete, anime collection. Very, very small.
The tires?
Yes. I know the original went in a very different direction. They kind of overlap each other for the first third of the original, and then that one breaks off in a very different direction. I actually saw Brotherhood first before I saw the original. And I wouldn't mind the original, but I mean, it's just very expensive. So, yeah. How you doing, Clark? Oh wow, we were the only ones who were out there on Inters. Everyone else is out on slicks. Which is why we the top 2 times on the leaderboard.
Update when you can.
All right, we got feedback from Ugo. Let's call him in.
Copy that.
And we got feedback from Max. 97. That's an excellent start. And 92 for Ugo, so a strong start there as well.
How does the car feel?
The car is amazing.
Copy that.
So yeah, aside from that, haven't done a huge amount today. Did a little bit of work on my Peterborough layout that I'm working on inside rolling line.
Slippery pit lane, be careful.
But the house is nice and calm and quiet at the moment. We had a couple of tenants that were disruptive to the house, unfortunately, and they moved out. Moved out 2 days ago, so it's been really, really kind of chill for the last day or two. Right, gonna need to change something just subtly. I'm gonna drop the wing down a little bit more. And all of those little changes will hopefully add up to everything we need. Evening, Eric.
Okay, you check the temperature.
All right, so Ugo's back out for his second run.
And try to
Try and
keep the
finalise
temperature
that
on
setup.
tires.
Max will be in soon. In fact, what's his... Oh, wow. Yeah, he's at 48 already. Let's just call Max in now. We do have some rookies running, apart from Ugo. So let's have a look. We've got Sanhueza for Ferrari. Who else have we got? We've got Amato for RedBull. DeAngelis for McLaren. Kraus for Mercedes. Chisholm for McLaren. So not a huge number of rookies running today, but a few. And let's see what we need to change. Is it the wing? No, it's the camber. Ooh, okay. Let's... Which way do I want to go on that? Let's take it up a little bit. And then let's bring that back up to compensate. There we go. And that's Max done for this session. So we're just waiting on feedback for Ugo's second run. What I might do is, because we've potentially got another wet session after this as well, is I'll probably send them out for a lap on a set of dry tyres towards the end of the session, just to use up a set of mediums. So we've got some softs for qualifying still. So let's slap those on.
We need to work on the tires, keep the temperature on the tires.
All right, feedback incoming. Oh, we made the car worse. That's not so good. Damn. All right, let's call him in. He's done for the day. Hamilton will be in the car for the next session. Just got to do that one lap on the mediums. Okay, so we found the we found where the rear wing needed to be, and we can see that we've gone the wrong way with cornering, so we can correct that by doing something like that. That'll bring the front wing back to the right side of where it's going to need to go, and then we can obviously counteract all of that extremeness by bringing that back in a bit. Let's bring it back to there. And that goes the opposite side of the line. And that should now theoretically be damn close, if not spot on. And we will find that out in the next session. So, rain should start to ease off. And there it is, easing off. A little wobble for Pato.
Let's see what happened there. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
Just
And nearly.
corner cuts
just
Raddy on there.
wide. But all being well and fingers crossed, no lasting damage to the car.
Oh, one other thing I did today was I watched the 1993 Monaco Grand Prix. Senna's 6th win. Around that circuit.
Reminder for
And
brake
cordon
temperature.
straight in. It's literally just an
Okay.
installation lap just to get some wear on those tyres so that they're the ones that get handed back. There we go. That's it then for practice 1.
Okay. I'm in.
Box area is very slippery.
Okay.
Slippery track, pit exit.
All right, into Q2 and not Q2, P2. And we've got wet weather again. What is the amount of water? Just over 1 mil. Setups are done. Let's give Hamilton 20 laps on those tyres. Max just needs probably about 10 laps. We'll put 12 of fuel in just in case, just so we can do that final setup run. But his prep level is already at 49% without the setup factored in, so he's pretty much there already.
So now we have green light.
Try to reduce the hit on the curb.
Okay.
And let's speed him up.
Understood.
We might have clear track, actually, for a while. The AI might just wait till it starts drying up. Which will be in a few minutes. Ah, damn it. Another mistake from Lewis. Started to see a few errors creeping into Lewis's driving this season.
Right, let's have a look here as we go into turn 8. And the car fails to respond. But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
Hopefully that's not a portent of things to come this weekend.
Yeah.
Need an incident-free Grand Prix. Evening, Johnny.
How are the conditions?
Yeah, it's getting dry.
DRS is enabled.
And there we go. Once the track starts drying up, everybody hits the track. We're on the wrong tyres now, but we don't need wet tyres again for the rest of the weekend, so I don't mind burning these out. And we're going to be coming in just a moment anyway.
Copy, noted.
Ah, so close. 97%. All right, well, let's take the front wing down a little bit more. Let's go down to a 2.5. Bring that back up like that. Hopefully that stays where it should be, and that'll be good. We'll find out in a moment. We'll send Hamilton back out on some more mediums. As for Max, we missed it by 1%. All right, well, I need to... I need to use the hard tyres in this session. Evening, Farrah. Go. That's the tyre use sorted for Max. We don't need to run him again, even though we don't have the feedback, because we know that that setup is now correct. Everything else is where it needs to be. So Max is prepped and ready. We're not even going to run him in the next session at all. And then we'll just hand back those 2 sets of softs automatically, because we've now handed back a set of set of mediums and a set of hards. And then if we get it right with Lewis, we won't even need to run him in the next session either. He's at 97% at the moment. Just missed it. Just missed it. Alright, well that should hopefully be an easy fix. We'll leave them out for a little bit longer.
Tyre temps again.
And try to work on your front tires.
Let's get a little bit of extra leeway on the track acclimatization in case we gamble wrong on the setup. Might not be clear and obvious. And there we go. Sorted. Oh, it is nice and obvious. Beautiful. So, both drivers are done. We are completely done with practice, and we still have an entire session to go. We do not need to go out. So that'll save a little bit of wear and tear on our powertrains. Right. Let's put the good bits back in the car then, because we're not sending them out. Max gets his final engine. I don't think it'll take the mediums back off us if they're equipped but not used, but just in case we'll make sure that the softs are equipped, and we're just going to sit in the garage. We do not need to go.
Green light.
So very, very chill practice session this weekend. Living in Mike. I don't give dating advice. I'm not exactly a bastion of a beacon or a beacon of a shining beacon of an example in that department. One thing watching that Monaco Grand Prix earlier did was reignite my interest in wanting to try and get a really old school mod up and running. Oh, we've got a VS seat. Someone has binned it. They've binned it at the chicane.
2 secs.
Over here.
There's been a crash.
It's Colapinto.
Now this is where the RB driver's involved. Oh, that'll be a costly crash as the car makes contact with the wall.
Nuts.
And that's one surefire way to put a dampener on your weekend.
Not a good thing to do. And he went in backwards as well, so that's big powertrain
Not much
damage.
that the team can do about that one.
We often see incidents there at La Fagna, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see somebody else do that at some point this Grand Prix weekend. What race is my favourite on the calendar? What, the in real life or in the game, Eric? Oh, both. Okay. I like Monza in the game. Monza is a race where even with a really rough car, you can still score some good points if you play your strategy right. In terms of real life, Spa is a great circuit. Silverstone as well. You know, two fantastic places to race. Evening, Nigel. You've joined us just in time for qualifying, which is next.
Now it's time to see who'll come out on top as qualifying gets underway.
Qualifying at Spa is one of the most exciting sessions of the year, and the season's longest lap leaves little margin for error. Drivers need to give it their all whilst avoiding any mistakes.
And of course, there's the Williams driver. Karun, how do you think they'll fare today?
Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
All right, we don't need to do anything. We've already set the parts on the car, so let's go straight into the session. Let's go straight out. Forgot to change the race number font to try something a little different tonight, but
Manage your tyres as you wish.
if I remember, I'll do that for tomorrow. I did quite like this number font, though. This might become our new number font on a permanent basis. Yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier about watching that 93 Monaco, really made me want to try and get that old school 1990 mod up and running, if at all possible. It was coded for F1 Manager 22, but hopefully all the elements from it can be taken and converted for this. And it's really in depth as well. It uses models for each of the individual cars, so there's no one set model like we have here with a few subtle variances. They all have their very unique individual looks, as was appropriate at the time. Very few similarities between each team in how their cars looked in the 90s. And it also had 3D head models as well for all of the drivers. So I don't mind losing all the in-game commentary audio of the drivers and the engineers to actually be able to take Mansell and Senna and Prost and PK and have them all racing each other with head models to see them on podiums. That would be amazing. So I need to see if I can try and figure out how to start going about converting that. That's going to be a challenge, a hell of a challenge, because I haven't done any modding before, ever. So, Hamilton's going to get held up. Damn it. And we got a yellow flag. Is that just a lock-up mistake somewhere? Mick running a little wide through Eau Rouge and Radion.
Now we can see what happened. Now we're just proceeding through turn 4, and they just can't keep on the track.
You got very close to the tyre barrier there.
Perhaps.
Ooh, Antonelli just about getting out of the way there. And Max did not have a good middle sector. And that might set Hamilton up for a really good slipstream here in the final sector as we power through Blanchimont up towards the bus stop. Across the line. And yeah, Hamilton gained 3/10 in the final sector with that toe. So he's a second ahead. 142.0, it's not bad. Mick got very... had a very bad first sector. Cutting out half of Radion as he did. Russell is on the push. He's into Stavlo. He's not had a good middle sector either. 43.1, so he's hit traffic somewhere. There we go. There's a proper middle sector from Bortoletto. He's got Piastri in front. Piastri gets out of the way. Good first sector for Bottas. Good middle sector for Tsunoda. He's got Gasly in the way. No, not Gasly. Lindblad. There is Lindblad. Lindblad started pushing, so this might be a tiny little bit of boost actually for Tsunoda here. And Tsunoda goes up to second place, just 1/100th of a second slower than Bortoletto. Where is Valtteri? Here he is. Into the final sector. He's had a miserable middle sector. Look at that, 43.8. He's lost 2 seconds in the middle sector. I wonder if that was down to us. Might be. Valtteri's still quicker than Max though. Bearman into 7th place, Seitz in 5th. Where's Oscar? There's Oscar.
So stopping on the marks.
Speed limiter on. And stop in front of
This
the
could be
garage.
him going top. I've just seen the track temperature, 45.4. Sounded a bit weird because I was trying not to say 44.5. Trying to correct mid-pronunciation there, which is how we came up with 5. Oscar goes top with a 141.1. Let's get prepped for another run. Just to confirm, setup is perfect. And perfect. All right, let's check in with Lando Norris, who will be joining us next season. As he heads out of Speaker's Corner. Down into Pouhon. And into Le Fagnon. That looks like Kimi in front. Kimi is on an in-lap, so should get out of the way. Looks like there was a slight lift for Norris there with a 42.0. Stroll's had a terrible middle sector. Wow, look at Colapinto, 44.2. That's a terrible middle sector. Norris goes up to P6 as we see somebody, Antonelli, diving into the pits in the background. Stroll crosses the line, He goes up to P11. Here comes Colapinto. This is going to be a terrible time, but it should be quicker than Perez. And it is. It's quicker than Schumacher as well. Alex Albon exits at Speaker's Corner. And I know I've mentioned it before, but for those who haven't heard me say it, because it was a very long time ago, Speaker's Corner got its name. That corner's had many names. I think it's Jackie X Corner officially now, but it also has gone by the name No Name for a long time. It was No Name Corner, and was also referred to as Speaker's Corner. And the reason why it was called Speaker's Corner is back in the day, that's where the commentary for the people in the stands was broadcast from. Oh, I just realised I didn't mean to do that. Not sure why I clicked that. So we are currently in P12 with Lewis and P19 with Max. And we are going to need to send them out again soon. Track temperature's definitely come down, 41.6. It's going to start warming up again. So let's send them out now before the track gets too hot.
We need a good warm-up on the brakes. Okay.
Right, Norris is out on the lap. Antonelli's had a bad middle sector, so he's not going to improve on this lap. Not that he really needs to. There's Norris coming up to Lefania. A few more cars leaving the pit lane. Bearman is on his way out, as is Perez. O'Ward is heading down to Eau Rouge. All right, Valtteri improves, but only to P17. He's not going to have time for another run, so Valtteri is out. Flurry of extra cars coming out. Let's go on board with Verstappen. See if we can maybe pick up a little bit of a distant tow.
Track is clear. Track is clear. Start button off for last corner.
Oh, we've got a whole flurry of cars coming out the pit lane.
Okay,
just as we're coming through. That's never a good thing.
Let's go.
Right, Leclerc stays out of the way. That's good. look, he's at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Going to Lake Holm. Both drivers improving in the first sector, 30.3. Norris is not going to improve. He's in a terrible middle sector. But again, he's safe, so shouldn't be an issue for him. Middle split coming up. 42.0 for Hamilton. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Same for Max. Out of the bus stop. Hamilton up to the line. He improves to P7. Max goes up to P6. Hamilton down to 8th. That should be enough to see us through. So a little bit of pace in this opening qualifying session.
P6.
But there are cars that are definitely out of position. Colapinto's just gone purple. Bearman's out of position, Russell's out of position, Sainz is out of position, Leclerc's out of position. Russell is only good enough for P14. Yeah. He's at risk.
Watch for traffic with Verstappen.
Here comes Albon, whizzing through Blanchimont up towards the bus stop. Russell down to P15. Now 16th as Bearman's gone 3rd. Perez in 4th. Albon's about to knock out his compatriot here, I think. Yes, he does. He goes P8. Russell is out. Russell is out. Gasly has not had a great first sector, so he's unlikely to improve. Colapinto is flying. This could knock out Charles Leclerc. He's tucked up right behind Liam Lawson. Ocon is currently top. Tsunoda's up to P3. Colapinto goes 4th. Lawson is into 15th as Sainz goes top. Leclerc and Russell are very much out. Norris is in danger now. Is there anybody left on a lap? No. That's it. So Norris survives just. But we are going to say goodbye to Pato O'Ward, Lance Stroll, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Pierre Gasly and Valtteri Bottas at the end of Q1. All right, into Q2, we are going to go with our scrub tyres for our first run. Oh, no, do not want to simulate. There we go. And
green light.
Let's see if we can get the slipstream to work.
And we need a good warm-up on the brakes.
Yep.
to get a result here today. We've lost a couple of the big hitters already as well from qualifying, which means it might be a little bit easier to sneak at least one car into the top 10.
Should be clear. Remember, mode push.
And track is clear, track clear.
We do still have both Mercedes and both Ferraris, unfortunately though, as well as both Astons. Traffic up ahead.
I got traffic, man.
We've seen it.
Oh, this is not good. Lap ruin. Yeah, 1.5 seconds lost to Max in that middle sector. This is why I go scrubbed at the start of Q2. Tyres aren't going to be competitive enough to get us a safe time anyway. It's all about getting that confidence up. Max should go purple, Hamilton won't. There we go. Max goes into peak confidence. Hamilton will get close.
And stay negative on the dash. Stay negative.
And Kimi is positively flying on this lap. Oh, yellow flag for somebody.
Yep.
As Antonelli goes very quick. Lawson with a lockup.
Right then,
That's
you can
the
take
bus
a look
stop.
now. Here we are now, down at turn 17. And the car just locks. They were just unable to do much about it.
Yeah, that's ruined that set of tyres. And that lap as well. Here is the reigning and defending world champion. Makes him sound like a boxer. He goes up to P2. As Sainz, Bearman goes through to start his flying lap. Yeah, why wouldn't you? German flag, German YouTube name. Randomly spouts out some German in the chat. Every now and again. All right, good first sector for Riley Bearman here, 30.1.
I'm in.
Watch your speed in the pit lane.
Disastrous
Stopping on
first
marks,
sector
go
for
to
Norris,
P1, please.
but he went purple in the final sector, so he's definitely got some pace in that car.
And speed limiter on.
will be stop on the marks and focus being in the middle of the box.
Bearman is absolutely pushing it. Purple first and second sectors here. You doing? You'll mop it up. So Bearman goes top. Didn't quite get the full purple lap, but 140.7. He is ahead of Antonelli by just 61 thousandths of a second. We have a little window to try and get out and do a clean lap here. Evening, P up. So, Sainz only 11th place. Equal lap time to Albon, but Albon set his first. Yuki looking to get himself into the top 10. Just the bus stop to negotiate. And someone's had a whoopsie.
Signal yellow.
It was
Let's
Yuki
take a look at the replay.
spinning on
down
the
the
exit of the
straight.
bus stop there.
And the
That's all he had to
controls
do
lock,
was just he
and that
almost went
certainly
across the
wouldn't
line
have been in their
backwards there.
plans today.
So a lap that would have been good enough, I think, to get him in the top 10, and he ends up bottom in P16. That is Sainz pulling back into the pits.
Gap is good.
Can we get a
Push, good to go.
completely clear run? No, god damn it. God damn it, Alex.
It will be mode push for last corner.
So Max has to lift. Oh god, now someone pops out in front of Lewis as well. Now Lewis has to lift. Gonna abort the runs. Save the tyres. These are brand new tyres. Get back to the pits, refuel and go again. We were so close to being able to get a perfectly clean run. be a case of getting him in and sending him straight back out again.
I'm in.
So limiter should be on now.
Stop on the marks, go to P1, please.
And now we're going to have a lot more cars on track that could potentially get in the way.
Stop in front of the garage.
Not ideal, but I didn't want to waste a brand new set of tyres on a run that was not going to be enough of an improvement to guarantee getting through.
Brake warming reminder.
Okay.
That's a very good first sector for Perez. Can we make it through? I was hoping we might get in the way of Albon just as a little revenge block there, a little tit for tat. There's still a chance Max might hold him up, especially with Lindblad tucked up behind as well.
So you're in a good position.
Ah, damn it. Right, well, I do not want to be giving Lindblad a slipstream, so we are going to have to take manual control of Max. Let's do that now. Perez has gone top.
Mode push.
Okay.
And Max now down into 10th place. I think Norris is out. He is. Norris is done.
Good.
He's out.
Track is clear. Track is clear. Will be charge button off for last corner.
Did Max get blocked? No, Colapinto goes top. It's a personal best for Max. I do think there might have been a little bit more in it though. Maybe not. So Lawson is out. It's not looking good for Albon. If we don't get through, there's a good chance that Lindblad will. 42.2. We have lost 7/10 to Lindblad in the middle sector. Lindblad's going to go way up the order. Can Max make it through? He's in the bus stop chicane now. Good middle sector for Hamilton. Tsunoda improves to P14. Max gets through to 10th, but he's going to get bumped. Lindblad goes P3, so Max is out. Can Hamilton get through at Sainz's expense? Yes, he can. Hamilton through in 9th place. We've got one car into the top 10. Max in 12th. That's not bad. And there is a penalty that needs to be applied, and I think it's for Lindblad. So, qualifying not done yet. Oh no, it was Pato. Pato's the one with the penalty. And that's not going to affect us, because he's already lower than us. So, into Q3 with Lewis. Yeah, we'll start on these tyres and then we'll use a brand new set for our second run.
So now we have green light.
So early exit for Bortoletto, first one on the track. We're going to wait a moment before we go out. There goes Piastri, and Colapinto is out as well. So goes Perez. And now Lindblad taken to the track. And now I'm going to send Lewis. And we're going to go out behind Ollie Bearman. Right behind Ollie Bearman. I don't know if we'll still be this close at the end of the lap, but could be worth a good bit of slipstream here. So just Ocon left to leave the pits as Antonelli makes his way out, and there is Ocon. So the whole field out now for their first run. Alright, Bortoletto has crossed the line to start the lap. Now Colapinto has as well. There'll be the early benchmarks for the rest of the grid to beat. Enjoy the lap. Hopefully it will be a good one.
And will be charge button off for last corner.
So, out of the bus stop chicane to start the lap as we cross the line and slam the accelerator on before diving into the La Source hairpin. And down the hill. It's quite a steep dip. You don't realise it until you get to Eau Rouge, and then a huge climb up the hill through Radion, through Kemmel and onto the Kemmel Straight. And we are the slowest in the first sector. That's not encouraging. Rivage. And then Speaker's Corner. Down the hill again. As we head to the double left-hander that is Pouon. Still dipping down, and then the right-left chicane of Le Fagna. Before we hit Stavolo. Now we start to climb back up again. Terrible middle sector as well, 42.7 into Blanchimont. We are easily going to be the slowest team here, I think. Into the bus stop to finish the lap. These were scrub tyres. We're quicker than Mick.
At the moment, P7.
Oh, Mick had a bad final sector. No wonder. So definitely room for improvement here. The slipstream didn't work. Hopefully clean air will be better for us. We'll try and make sure we get some clean air for our next run. We've got a yellow flag. Someone's whooped it. Is that Kimi spinning?
Single yellow.
Yep, it was. Yep. Oh, big lockup at turn
Here's
18.
the replay. Here we are then at turn 17.
Very, very late into the bus stop.
The wheels just lock up there, and they ended up their own passenger.
The new Ferrari looked amazing in testing. I haven't seen much about today's testing. I know that the whispers going around the paddock is that RedBull are looking like they might possibly be the team to beat, based on early analysis, but it's very early analysis. Ocon's gone up to P7. That lock at Frantinelli has kept him at the bottom of the table. Expect him to improve on his next run. I'm going to dive into the various different highlight packages and stuff after the stream. I did see Hamilton complaining about the fact that they were having to lift and coast 600 meters before the corner, which is an insane amount.
Speed limiter on and speed limiter on. So stop on the mark.
All right, still early days here. There may be some sandbagging. There are talks that Mercedes may possibly be sandbagging deliberately. Plus, we still have another week of testing to go. And there may well be more new parts for various teams next week. The Audi apparently is really loud. I haven't heard the full roar of that engine yet, but apparently it's ridiculously loud compared to the other teams. One thing I always remember from when I was at Silverstone in 2003 was the Jaguar Ford. I think it was a Ford engine that they were running in that Jaguar. It might have actually been a Jaguar engine, I'm not sure, but the engine they had in that car, was it a Cosworth? It growled. It had a very distinctive kind of growl to it. It was very apt engine noise for a team named Jaguar. Just a shame it was the shits. here come the last of the runners. So everyone's on track again. Looks like it'll be Piastri and Ocon, the last two to cross the line at the end of the session. Assuming that no one crashes and brings out a red flag. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Mercedes are sandbagging, partly because of the controversy over compression gate, and it wouldn't be the first time they've done it as well. They were so far ahead of everybody in 2014 that they were deliberately hiding their true pace potential.
We are good for the moment. And track is clear, track clear. And it will be charge button off.
So it's not entirely impossible that history could be repeating and that they could have a car that or an engine that's so good that they are deliberately, especially with the you know what's going on with the compression rates, it would not at all surprise me if they are deliberately sandbagging to try and downplay the advantage, and then every now and again they'll just unleash that power and blow everybody away. They might be waiting until it's an official ruling before they suddenly show just how good that engine really is. Of course, it might be as good as it's going to get. We just really, damn it! I knew it. A red flag. That's it. No one's going to improve. Bearman's going to start on pole. Schumacher's going to start second. The rest of the session's been called off. I didn't see who it was who crashed. Let me check the replay. Oh, it's Lindblad. Lindblad crashed. So, there we go then. Ollie Bearman qualifies on pole position. Mick Schumacher in second place. Maybe there's a little hint. It's the same team, let's not forget. Maybe there's a little hint of Crashgate again. Lindblad deliberately crashing because he's in P4 and Mick's on the front row. Maybe. Ocon in between the two Nissans in third. Actually, Lindblad will probably have to start from the pit lane as a result of that crash. Depending on whether they need to change an engine part or not. Then it's Piastri, Colapinto, Bortoletto, Perez, Hamilton 9th, Antonelli in 10th. And we have Max in, 12th place? Yeah, 12th place. So, pretty decent starting positions. Pretty decent indeed.
Well, it's a fantastic turnout, as it always is here in Belgium, as we prepare for 44 laps around Spa.
Motor car racing didn't have the best of starts at Spa-Francorchamps. Only one driver registered for the very first car race back in 1921, so a motorbike race replaced it instead. Times have changed, and now Spa is a solid fixture on the F1 calendar.
Spa-Francorchamps is an F1 favourite, consisting of challenging corners, high speeds, and the chance for drivers to really prove themselves. The long lap has different downforce demands, with sectors 1 and 3 requiring pure speed, and sector 2 a twistier and more technical affair. It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
right. Let's check that grid, shall we? So, yeah, Pato has got a 10-place penalty. He'll start from the back. Arvid is going to stay in P4. So, no change there then. 9th and 12th are starting positions. Not bad. We're going to try this strategy. Softs to mediums. Let's put 1 lap of fuel in. Gonna go very hard off the line. See if we can maybe gain a little bit of extra in the opening corners. Into La Source and the run down to Eau Rouge. And then maybe into Les Combes as well. And then by that point we'll be backing off. So, we are prepped and ready. The start of the Belgian Grand Prix is next.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. And for that man, Mick Schumacher, this could be an interesting race.
It's a P2 start for them, an excellent opportunity, and no doubt they'll be looking to grab it with both hands.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. You can hear the excitement in the crowd here at the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and
Alright,
away
we're
we
off
go.
and running. We're P8. And someone's starting from the pit lane after all. Yeah, Lindblad is starting for the pits, look. So, we gained an extra place. Almost got a run on Perez. And now here comes Antonelli, shaping for a look. Thank you very much, Army. All right, there we go. We are through the opening sectors.
And we need to
First half of the lap, almost. So now we're going to ease down a little bit. They keep pushing the fuel.
Slow down now.
Okay.
Charge on.
And let us see how quickly we get gobbled up by Antonelli, who's looking very aggressive at the moment.
So deployed.
Understood.
And DRS enable.
Right, can we stay in that DRS zone? Can we get that slipstream? Yeah, we've missed it just, and I was a bit slow getting Max's battery turned on, so he might get picked off by Alex Albon. We cover off Antonelli. Max, I think, has covered off Albon. Yes, he has. Just one car starting on the medium tyres. That's Bortoletto. Everyone else on the soft tyres. I suppose the real question now for the rest of this Grand Prix is our qualifying pace flatter to deceive, or are we actually capable of maybe challenging for a point or two today? We have a yellow flag. We have a safety car. Oh, god damn it, it's Max.
We have a car issue.
He's been walloped by Albon.
Fix it from here, sorry.
Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final.
Was it Norris walloping Albon?
Barely any room to manoeuvre, and the contact between the cars.
Damn it!
Inevitable. And that won't do their confidence any good.
So much for luck.
And clearly, then,
Max is
not
out.
what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
And that's his brand new engine damaged. Just can't seem to catch a break, can we? I've got a choice here. I could slap on hard tyres and try and go the distance. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a set of mediums and just go aggressive with mediums. There we go. I don't intend to push them that hard,
First time today, the
but
drivers are lined up, awaiting
we'll
the
see what
lights.
happens.
It's lights out, and away we go.
We're in the right settings. Look at that fuel load. Yeesh. We are fat with fuel. Quite a few others have done the same as us. They've switched to mediums. Ah, no, damn it, damn it, damn it. That's not what I wanted. It's too late now. Ah, well, Perez has given us the chance. I was going to go into clean air, but then Perez potentially gave us something.
And charge button on, charge button on. Okay.
What happened to Stroll and Tsunoda? I didn't see what happened to them. Perez has elected not to change his tyres. He's the only one who didn't. Everyone else has switched their tyres.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Yep.
DRS enable.
I really hope that powertrain damage isn't too bad. The last thing I need now is a big old engine built. George with a lockup.
Along the straight here. Oh, and the car locks up. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Drops into the back of the grid as the two TGRs go side by side through La Source. Here comes Kimi. And he does get through. It's annoying.
Continue like this.
Yeah, I thought we broke that curse with F1 Manager 23. Apparently not. Kimi's gone. Piastri moves into the lead ahead of Ollie Bearman, just. Schumacher still up there, he's in P3, Colapinto 4th, Ocon P5, Bortoletto, then Perez, Antonelli, Hamilton and Lawson rounding out the top 10. We are still in contention for a point, and we are just about in DRS range here. It's good because I'm pretty much out of battery now as well. Evening, Gina.
And charge button on.
And Perez and Bortoletto switch places through Malmedy. We really needed that money as well. We're going to be in debt at the start of the month now. We're not going to earn enough here. We might just about break even. We might just about get away with it. But we might have a tiny bit of debt at the start of the month.
Lawson behind with DRS.
Sonoda gets past Sainz.
Just a reminder on DRS.
And I really hope that our tyres will come good against those soft runners in front of us. No DRS this time. Lawson got it though, I think.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Yes, he did. There's Sainz stepping out, having a little look. Couldn't make it stick. And Piastri and Bearman have bolted at the front. They are nearly 3 seconds clear of Colapinto already. It's not going to be long before Lawson's trying to get past us now. All right, so bottom half of the grid. In 11th is Tsunoda, then Sainz, Leclerc 13th. Then we have the two TGRs of Gasly and Bottas. Russell down in 16th after that little lock-up. He's got back in front of Pato O'Ward. Lindblad in 18th. Stroll at the back in 19th with some serious damage. Let's take a look at his car in a second. Let's just see if we can stay ahead. Oh, maybe. Yes, we can. Good defensive driving there from Lewis. Okay, so Stroll, let's have a look. Oh yeah, he's missing a big chunk of rear wing, so don't know how that happened, but yeah, it must have been a collision with Yuki, I think, but I don't know whether that happened at the same time as our crash or not, but Stroll's race is done. They are clustering behind Colapinto in front of us. What's the pace like? 47. Yeah, about half a second quicker than us. And we're going to have to try and fend off Lawson again. It's just going to slow us down a little bit more. Let's turn the tyres back up again.
Push now.
Understood.
Leclerc is pushing up onto the back of Sainz here. Everyone's stuck behind Lewis. We're definitely holding people up. Oh, a little late braking there from Leclerc. He really thought about throwing it up the inside there. Backed down a bit at the last second. Again, Hamilton covers him off. Oh, very nearly threw it around the outside there for Charles Leclerc. He is feeling very feisty, isn't he? So our pace hasn't really picked up, but the pace in front of us has dipped a little bit. Ocon has got through on Colapinto. That might push the pace again at the front. Gap to Bearman and Piastri now 6 seconds almost. As Sainz is trying to find a way past Tsunoda. Leclerc just looking and waiting, lying in wait. Again, just backs out of it. Wrong button. That's what I meant. Right, Hamilton's almost broken clear, so let's try and break clear this lap.
Use the energy.
Understood.
Tsunoda put a bit of pressure on Lawson, which has helped him, or helped us by causing him to drop away a little bit. And now if we push what little battery we've got a yellow flag. Not sure if that might be Stroll. No, it's Bearman. I was looking at the wrong end of the grid. That gap has suddenly exploded. Look, 3 seconds.
And wide
Into
they
the
go,
gravel at
leaving the racing
Stavolo.
line.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You've got to be careful and watch the car there.
Massive loss of speed right before a ridiculously long flat out section. And we have put a gap between us and Lawson.
You are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
Okay. So 146.1, 6.5 tenths taken out of Kimi Antonelli. We pulled out 2.2 seconds over Lawson on that lap. And Tsunoda gets through. But did he get through before the detection point? Is Lawson going to be able to have a crack right back at him? No, Lawson did not get the DRS. Yuki got it. Once again, look at Leclerc in the background. And this time he gets the move done, finally, after multiple attempts and aborted attempts. He finally sweeps on through. Leclerc up to P12 now. Hamilton is now out of battery.
Charge on.
Antonelli's got past Perez. Lap 13 of 44. I wonder if Perez's tyres starting to struggle a little bit. The only driver who did not change his tyres at the red flag is Sergio Perez. And Leclerc is all over Lawson already. Lawson barely hanging on to the back of Yuki. The circuit has been reprofiled over the years. The bus stop chicane got its name because it was actually a chicane earlier in the track, as we have a fault for Kimi. Ooh, that might help us.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
So here is the existing bus stop chicane. It used to come along here at a much smoother rate, and then there was a chicane that would then sort of come in a bit that way and go that way, and then sort of fade out into a much faster profile corner at the end there. But it was like an indentation in like a genuine kind of bus stop, which is why it was called the bus stop chicane. It's amazing how going back watching old races, you see how some circuits have changed. Canada used to be a bit different. You look at early races at Imola and Acqua Minerale, the chicane in the second half of the lap with that huge gravel trap. The chicane was before that corner as opposed to the chicane being on the exit of that corner. You used to go into the chicane and then accelerate out through Acqua Minerale up the hill. And again, going back to watching that 93 Monaco today, you see just how much more claustrophobic the circuit felt. As Ocon's screwed up somewhere, he's locked up at the source.
Now this was on the straight.
If
The
you
brakes
watch,
couldn't cope. What caused that, I wonder?
yeah, if you watch the 93 broadcast on YouTube, then you'll see just what I mean. The barriers were very different around the swimming pool, in particular the exit of the swimming pool, and the entry into Le Rascasse was very different as well. Just felt much tighter and twistier in places. All right, take it easy, Gina. Thanks for stopping by, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Some circuits have changed dramatically. Like Hockenheim, for example, where they kind of chopped 2/3 of the track off and then built an infield and got rid of all the rampaging through the Black Forest.
Face update when you can, please.
Lap 16, we are still in P9.
Still decent.
Lawson's caught back up to us. We're about 2 seconds behind Perez. Antonelli's pushed past Ocon now, but has a fault, as does Bortoletto. There's some damage to Yuki. It's chassis damage by the look of it. That little hole on the front of the nose, I think that means it'll be chassis damage as a holdover from having changed his front wing from when he hit Stroll in the back. Stroll's got a massive hole in his rear wing, which is why he's now 25 seconds off the back of O'Ward. And of course, Norris went 10-pin bowling, picked up the 7-10 splits of Alex Albon and Max Verstappen. And hopefully he'll get a double penalty for that. See how our tyres are hanging on. Very well indeed. I'm not sure whether or not to... oh, jeez. There's an aggressive move from Lawson there. He's going to get the DRS and beat us into the source. So let's try and get some battery out of him.
And charge
I
button
didn't realise
on,
that
on.
battle assist wasn't switched on
Understood.
there. It's a shame. What happened to Max? I just said Norris went bowling. He picked up the 7-10 split, took out Albon and Verstappen. at the bus stop. Yeah, opening lap as well. I think it was the opening lap. It was either the opening lap or lap 2. I think it was the end of lap 2. Qualified 9th with Hamilton and 12th with Verstappen. Both drivers were bumped at one place because Lindblad started from the pit lane. So 8th and 11th effectively, which is where we were running when that happened. Right, now Leclerc is going to start turning his attentions towards Hamilton. It's going to be a little trickier to hold off.
And charge button on, charge button on. Charge button on.
So I do still have some almost new soft tyres that I could put back on again. I don't know if that's going to be quicker than what we're doing right now with the second set of mediums. Let's have a look. Let's investigate our strategy options because we are getting close to our nominal pit window. Okay, so that is quicker. All right, what about? Yeah, we'll stick with what we've got. But we will push the stop barrier back an extra lap. Just one extra lap. There we go. So, we're going to stop on lap 25 then. I think that was lap 25, wasn't it? Yeah, lap 25.
Charge button on. Yep.
Still have plenty of spare fuel. Lawson's starting to pick his pace up to try and get onto the field in front. Like to stay with him without using the battery if at all possible here. Little lunge from Leclerc, thought better of it. Antonelli gets past Bortoletto, he's back up to P4. Piastri now leads Bearman by 5 seconds after that lock-up for Bearman. We got the DRS just as well because Leclerc is rampant in his attempts to get through. Gasly gets past Tsunoda. Lindblad gets past Bottas. Russell is still struggling down in P15. Not able to make any progress. Sainz not really making any strides either. He might even have gone backwards slightly since the restart. have to use some battery.
And more energy available.
Understood.
And that's why. Damn it. Hoping to avoid that. Let's see if we can get him back.
Right, let's concentrate.
Keep the battery deployment going. Oh, go on, go on, go on. Yeah. Lovely move. That is a whoop-worthy replay, if ever there was one.
Charge button.
Beautiful stuff. If you enjoyed that move and you haven't already done so, hit that like button. That was something special, that overtake. I'm going to have to burn my battery again now.
ERS.
Yep.
Perez is in. There we go. First scheduled stop. Perez, the only one who did not change his tyres on that red flag at the end of lap 2. Is he going mediums? Yes, he is. Oh, that was a very tidy stop. Very tidy stop. How quick was that? It's not going to tell me yet. That was quick. That looked really quick, that stop.
Charge button on. So at the moment you are 9.
I'm going to go for an undercut. Let's try and get a lap of harvesting in if we can. And then I'm going to box
And charge
fresh
button on.
mediums. And then we're just going to absolutely throw everything we've got. Piastri's in. So it's less the soft tyres that I'm trying to undercut because A, there aren't that many. And B, it's the mediums that I want to get that undercut on because they're likely to go onto some softs. So I want to get track position on them if I can. In comes Schumacher. Oscar is back out in 3rd place. Hamilton goes through. All over the back of Lawson right now. And gets through, actually. Did not expect that. Oh, no. Didn't last long. Lawson out drove us down the hill.
Can't get much quicker.
Race is long. Charge button on. Charge on.
So we are going to box early. Try and get some clean air. And use that fresh rubber to get an undercut. Keep Leclerc behind now till the end of the lap. Yes, we do. Lovely. Oh, he's having a dive bomb. Oh, god damn it. I hate when that happens. And Ocon's in, Gasly's in, Bottas is in, so others getting off their soft tyres. Is Ocon on softs as well with you, Mouse? No, Ocon was on mediums, so he's gone medium, same as us. 1.9 seconds, not bad. Slight delay on release.
No traffic in
But we did get out just in front of Gasly. That was tight. Very tight. In fact, did we jump Gasly? No, I don't think we did.
Next guy in front is Ocon. Gasly behind with DRS.
Right, pressure's on. This is where we need to really
And charge button
unleash the full pace potential of the car. But not until those tyres are fired up. Do not want to tell Hamilton to go flat out with undercooked tyres. That's just asking for us to spin off at the Le Fan chicane. New fastest lap for Oscar on his new tyres on 143.966. Bortoletto's into the pits. This is one of the cars that I was hoping to undercut, but... Oh no, wait, he's softs. So, I think it's the last of the soft runners, isn't it? Yeah. Pretty good stop.
and we need full push.
Understood.
Right, here we go. Flying lap time.
So deployed.
And it's a yellow flag. Don't be a safety car. That collision. No, just Schumacher cutting the corner.
There's Mick Schumacher involved. Just a bit too
Raddy
wide
on
at
again.
that point. That won't do the floor
Not
of
the
the
first
car
time he's done
any
that this
good at
weekend.
all.
Not a personal best in the first sector, but then no slipstream, so no surprise in that respect. Ooh, we've got fault for Schumacher developing now as well.
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
Bearman boxes from the lead. Wow, Oscar's only 4 seconds behind him already. There he is. That undercut was mighty, but Bearman is going onto a set of soft tyres. Like Colapinto. He's going softs as well. Antonelli's up into second place, but needs to stop again. Colapinto is jumped out of La Source by both Lawson and Leclerc, so that will slow him down temporarily. Hamilton did a 1:44.3. A little bit more pace would have been nice. We have at least broken Gasly, so theoretically we should go quicker this lap because we're not going to have to drive defensively. See if we can get a personal best in the first this time. That's contact.
A crash in the main straight, on the left, crash in the main straight.
Contact between Schumacher and Ocon.
Watch for debris.
We saw the puff of smoke as we were approaching the corner.
Gap to him 2.6. Continue like this.
No, no, no.
Understood.
And charge button on, charge button on.
And that's a penalty for Schumacher. Antonelli is into the pits. Soft tyres going on. Another good stop. A lot of quick stops today. Oscar's got the quickest stop. Who was that first stop we watched? It was Perez, wasn't it? It was only a 1.9. Wow, I thought it was quicker than that. Antonelli gets out behind Tsunoda, but ahead of Sainz. Hamilton is through on Schumacher. We missed that. Oh, got him at the bus stop. Another 1:44. And you can see we're lapping around 2 to 3 seconds quicker than the cars in front of us. So we're on for a good undercut. And then it's going to be a case of trying to hang on because they are going to be on top. So they're going to have more pace, potentially, and more grip than us. I don't think we can quite pull off a Silverstone here and get onto the podium, but we should hopefully be able to get ourselves up towards the top 6. New fastest lap for Bearman. Leclerc did a 1:46 last lap. Let's see what he does this lap. 1:46.8. We are onto the back of Bortoletto and co. Just 3 seconds ahead. There they are. 1:44.1. So we are currently a net P6 as things currently stand, assuming that Leclerc, Lawson, Tsunoda, Sainz, Russell, Lindblad, O'Ward, Perez are boxing. Evening, Chris.
Next guy in front is Tsunoda.
There is Hamilton Closing
Keep
in.
going. And take care of the tires.
Yep.
Right, Leclerc did a 146.7. Another 144.1 for us. We're going to be on him at this rate before he even boxes.
Alright, let's concentrate. Charge on.
Colapinto gets him. So that is P5, or net P5 in front of us there in Bortoletto.
And charge button on. Charge button on. Gap to him 1.4.
Oh, looking at 3 wide on the run to the bus stop there. That could have ended very badly. Ah, shit, wrong button. That's what I wanted to do. Just missed the DRS this time round.
Charge on.
It's supposed to be on my side, Farah.
Race is long.
Bortoletto, you dick. We'll get you anyway. There we go.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Ooh, Antonelli with some issues.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
No, you can't time out Adrian because he likes Hamilton. Laps to go. Perez up next. Just for you, Farah. Oh man, look at them all queuing up. So if the cars in front of us do stop, we're in net P5 now. And Antonelli is starting to look a little bit ragged.
Perez in front. Gap to Perez in front, 1.9. Charge on.
Let's see what Leclerc did in 1:44.9. That's pretty pacey.
So P12. Gap to Perez in front, 1.4.
Ward's trying to come back at us. He's just about got the DRS, I think.
Gap to Perez in front, 1.6.
Another yellow flag. That is Stroll. Nope, not Stroll. Bottas.
So this is what happened. Right, so this was the fourth corner. Well, you can see the lockup.
Oh, yeah, big
They took a
lockup.
gamble, and it was just too late.
Look at them all lined up in front of us.
Charge button on.
That's one of them.
You're doing a good job.
Turning into a whoopee cushion. There we go. That's another one.
Charge button on, charge on.
Let's see what happened there. Now, we're with Lewis Hamilton here. Can they squeeze by? And that's 10th place and up into the points.
All right, we've got 12 laps to go. Still, no one has blinked for the pit lane, which means at the very least we're going to have a significant grip advantage if they stay out.
we need to increase lift and coast. Charge button on. And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Understood.
Oh, look at them all behind us
Continue like
as
this.
we pick off George.
You are doing a good job.
Lawson next.
Tire phase update when you can.
My tyres are good.
Continue, keep going. Use the energy.
Couldn't quite get up the inside. So
Charge on.
let's see if we can pick him off down into Eau Rouge. That's going to be a bit trickier. Not quite. But we'll certainly get him on the camel straight. No, it's a safety car. No, 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 no.
Virtual safety car deployed. Stay positive.
Everyone's going to get a cheap start. Oh, Bearman's out.
Ferrari's involved in this one.
What happened to Ollie? Ah, yeah. That's where everyone crashes. Off at Lefania.
I'm out.
Oh, Ollie. That quest for a first win
Just like that,
continues
the
to
hopes of
elude
the
him.
team start to dwindle.
Try to take care of these tires.
Yep.
It's a VSC. Not a full safety car. So, you can't risk stopping. Russell's going to stop. Perez is going to stop. Lawson, Sainz, Tsunoda, Leclerc, they should all stop.
Straight on the left.
This is going to put me into P4.
All okay?
At the moment they are okay. There is debris on track over there. We need you to increase lift and coast. So at the moment you are P8.
Yeah, mini comes.
And behind we have Russell.
He might get out in front of us here.
It will be 11
And
laps to
Kozuki
go.
as well. Very good stop. I think he's going to stay ahead of us. Yuki might as well. There's Leclerc. We are ahead of Tsunoda.
Energies are good.
So Leclerc is behind Sainz. That might delay him briefly, but he is in front of us. Damn it! Timing of that VSC not helpful at all. so close to getting past Lawson as well. We were halfway alongside him when that safety car came out. Evening, Marcel.
Virtual safety car ending. No lift off needed. You are doing a good job. And DRS enabled. And more energy available.
Here we go. Another place taken.
Good job. P6 now.
It's another one for the collection. Say it with me, everyone. All right, so let's turn our attention to Charles Leclerc. Oh, he's just going to go around the outside of Sainz. Or is he? Ooh, no, Sainz holds him off. Leclerc will get DRS.
All right, let's concentrate.
Giving Hamilton a really good chance to close right up, though. Oh, go on, Sainz. Go on, Sainz. Ah, he couldn't quite get him. Ah, Lawson's punctured.
Race is long.
Oh, it's another VSC. Sonoda's out. Same corner.
Virtual safety car.
Lafagna.
Stay positive.
Understood.
Take care of the tires.
Yeah.
And charge button on.
Ooh, decisions. I can't throw away a P5 for a quick stop for some soft tyres.
So
It's going to be an absolute walk in the park for Oscar.
Everyone is okay.
There's Oscar. All the way over there, look, going through Lafagna now. There is Colapinto in P2 and Antonelli in P3. Then Leclerc in P4 and then us here. So very spaced out. Russell has stayed out. Schumacher in P7 has got that 5-second penalty, so he might drop out the top 10.
Gap to him 1.7.
All depends how quickly everyone else gets past Perez, I think. Whether he starts to hold them up on the restart. Lawson is out on a set of soft tyres in P16. And we are going to take advantage of this safety car, VSC, for a quick advert. All right, VSC is ending.
Virtual safety car ending.
Time to push on again.
DRS. DRS enable.
Seven laps to go, including this one. Timings are a little bit screwed up still because of that VSC. They will sort themselves out over this lap.
And tire temperatures are good.
Understood.
Perez has managed to get ahead of Schumacher. So that's a disaster for Mick. Because that 5 seconds, he's not stopping. So that 5 seconds is going to be added on to his race time. As things currently stand, he's going to get picked off by Bortoletto and Sainz and Ocon and possibly Bottas as well. In fact, possibly even Gasly. These next few laps are going to be absolutely critical for Schumacher. And there's two of them still out there, Perez
6
and
laps
Russell.
to go.
And they're, going to fight each other. Oh, it's a puncture. Russell's punctured. We just saw that happen in the background as we were looking at that fight.
Yeah, punch up.
Ah, Russell's race is ruined. He punctured coming out to the final corner. He's got to do 4.2 miles like that. And Leclerc's now got an issue.
Quiet, big vibration.
That's the gap. The length of the Kemmel Straight. 6 seconds. It's a serious fault as well. His car has immediately gone to orange. This is going to be the most painful lap ever for George. Back to Hamilton.
Charge button on, charge button on.
So, is Perez going to puncture? The field did space out just a little bit as everyone tried to pick their way past Russell there. But it will start to close back up again.
5 laps to go.
Yep.
New fastest lap for Carlos Sainz. A 140.591. It's another yellow flag. Is that Bortoletto making a mistake at La Source? No, it's Leclerc running wide.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. Oh, and they
Just
need to be
cuts
watching
Rally
those
on.
track limits.
Just kisses
Really,
the
they
tyre
must be
barrier.
careful.
And that's gained us just under a second. You see Perez in the background with Schumacher's Sainz right behind him. Bortoletto did make some kind of mistake. He's lost a fair bit of time. Just a bad exit out of La Source. All right, Schumacher's got through. And this is his chance now. He's got to sprint away as Russell finally makes it back to the pits. He's been lapped by Oscar. He's about to be lapped by Colapinto and Antonelli, potentially. Soft tyres. Decent stop. There they are. That's Antonelli there. So he's a lap down on Kimi. Oh, is this a retirement for Antonelli?
Oh dear, what a miserable way to bow out of
I don't know what his fault is. If it's battery, he'll be able to carry on. Look and see if I see smoke coming out of that car. Not yet. But a potential retirement here. Is he going to pull into the pits at the end of the lap, or is he going to try and keep going? Oh, we could have had a podium. If we'd just been able to get out in front of it, that VSC hadn't happened, we'd have been on for a podium. Ah, it's so frustrating. It's still a fantastic result. We're going to get minimum P5, hopefully P4, and there's still chance for Leclerc's car to go pop as well. Oscar is absolutely walking this one. 27 seconds clear.
I cannot go forward.
We're dropping like flies. Is he going to peel off? No. So maybe that's an ERS failure then, which will slow his pace down, but he'll be fine. And he's got a big enough gap to Leclerc that he's not going to lose that place. Ah, it's frustrating. We almost gained an extra place. That would have been an extra 2 points. As it is, we'll have to settle for 10 points. We're going to outscore Ferrari, which is good because they have been closing us down in the constructors. So this will push the gap up by, let's see, another 4 points. So the gap will be back up to 20 in the constructors. Yep. Sainz gets past Schumacher. All right, make that 18. Keep an eye on him, see if he pulls in at the end of this lap. Another yellow flag. It's another VSC. Who's out now? Stroll.
Virtual safety car deployed.
Stroll doing Stroll things.
Stay as close as possible to the delta.
Oh dear, a crash. There's been a crash.
And Lefania claims its third victim of the afternoon.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
What that does mean, though, is that that's likely locked in the order.
Strong crash.
So that's actually worked out really nicely for Mick.
He's okay. There is some debris on the main straight.
It depends. I don't think the VSC is going to last until the end of the next lap. It might do, though. Although it's not just for, you know, for Oscar. It's for when Schumacher crosses the line. And
gap to him.
He is here, so he still has 2 laps to go now. Yeah, the VSC isn't going to go the distance for him. So he's still going to have to watch out for the cars behind. But he's got a little bit of a gap to Ocon and Perez. Bortoletto's car is struggling. Damage limitation indeed. That 5-second penalty might not be the absolute death sentence that it was going to be for his chance for points. He is 5 seconds almost ahead of Bortoletto. It's a VSC 5 seconds, so it's probably closer to 3.5, 4 seconds. But Bortoletto's car is struggling. And he's got close attentions from Valtteri as well. Final lap started for Oscar Piastri. Antonelli is still keeping the car going, annoyingly.
Entire phase update when you can.
I was hoping he'd pull into the pits. I could dream. Just 1 lap to go for Kimi.
Virtual safety car ending. So deployed.
No, I'm not going to tempt fate.
And some lift off.
Let's just bring it home now. We're too far behind Leclerc to capitalise on him running wide. We're far enough ahead that Sainz isn't going to be a threat. Let's just not risk something silly happening. Let's just heat the tyres back up so they're actually in the window. But we don't need to push the brakes. We don't need to push the battery. Let's just bring the car home now. 10 points is a lot of points for us. Bottas gets past Bortoletto.
Piastri has done it. He's got the win.
Win number 8 of the season for Oscar Piastri, who's looking to defend his title in style.
Honestly, even their harshest critic would be hard-pressed to say that they didn't thoroughly deserve that win.
No points for George means he's now going to be a very distant second place. Antonelli will bring it home for third place. Colapinto is second. He's going to be on the podium. Here comes Charles Leclerc. It is fourth place for the Monegasque. And Hamilton will bring it home in P5. 10 excellent points. It's a shame that we lost Max so early. We could have been on for a really good point haul today.
And checkered flag.
And just Lawson to cross the line. There he is. There we go. What a race.
Max will be very unhappy after that race, I'm sure.
They'll be very disappointed to have had their race end early. No driver wants that to happen, but now they just have to look forward.
With such a strong performance from Piastri, there's no denying that he's earned that place on the podium today.
Taking their 8th win of the season, there's just no stopping them.
And there you have it, a smiley podium lineup at the Belgian Grand Prix.
A very young podium lineup as well. Oscar, the elder statesman there.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that is that for this weekend's F1 action here in Belgium.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting, and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
So, confirmation of the final result then. It is win number 8 this year for Oscar Piastri, who is starting to run away with the title again. Colapinto, an excellent second place. Another podium. I think that's podium number 7 now for Kimi this season. 13 places gained for Leclerc. He will finish in 4th ahead of Hamilton in 5th. Then Sainz in 6th. 7th place for Ocon. 8th for Perez. 9th after that penalty was applied for Mick Schumacher. So he still gets 2 points and beats out Valtteri by just 0.3 of a second in the end. 10 places gained for Valtteri for that final point position. Just ahead of teammate Gasly, who finished in 11th. Bortoletto in 12th, 13th for Pato O'Ward, 14th for Lindblad, 15th for Lawson, 16th, and a very distant 16th, the only driver lapped, thanks to Stroll's retirement, is George Russell, thanks to that puncture at the start, the very start of a lap. He had to do a whole 4.2 miles back to the pits with just 3 wheels. And then plenty of retirements. Stroll, Tsunoda, and Bearman all falling victim to turn 13, the exit of the Lafanya chicane. And then Lando Norris locking up and taking out Alex Albon, who then ended up taking out Max Verstappen at the end of lap 2 at the bus stop. Let's take a look at the drivers' standings then. Oscar's 25 unopposed points means that he now leads by 67 points at the top of the table. A big old gap opening up. Antonelli's podium means he closes to within just 5 points now of Russell. Leclerc moves up into 4th place on 154. No points for Norris means he drops down into 5th, stays on 151 points. Ocon and Tsunoda swap places once again, separated still by just a handful of points. Hamilton in 8th place, now on 75 points, pulling away from Bearman, who's on 61. Colapinto gets himself into the top 10 with a nice round 50 points in total there. He jumps past Max Verstappen, Gasly, and Alex Albon. Sainz also moving up a place in between as well. 43 points for Max, 42 for Gasly, 40 points now for Sainz, 34 for Albon, 32 for Bottas, 30 points for Lindblad. Then it's 29 for Lawson, 28 for Bortoletto, 18 points for Perez. Picked up 4 points this weekend. Mick moves above Stroll. He's up to P20 now with 5 points. Stroll with 4. Drops down into 21st place. Pato 22nd with 2 points. And of course, Hadjar just that 1 point from the opening Grand Prix before he was replaced with Verstappen. So in the constructors' standings, 37 points for Red Bull. They're now up to 417 points. 15 points for Mercedes means that they are falling further and further behind. They are now, can I do some quick mental maths here? 75 points behind, I believe, if my maths is correct. McLaren, 224 points, a long way back in third place, and not really that safe in third anymore. Aston picking up 6 more points, they're up to 181 now. We're up to 119 points, 18 points clear of Ferrari. Then TGR with 74 points. Williams haven't scored any points for multiple Grand Prix in a row now. And whereas they were very close to us, they are now quite a distance behind. They are, 56 points behind us now? So Williams don't seem to be a threat any longer. Maserati have 52 points. Picked up 18 good points today, thanks to Colapinto finishing in second. Nissan now on 35, and Audi with 22 points. Let's see how we did in the pit stop challenge. We got 7th in the end with that stop from Hamilton, a 1.944. A lot of very close stops around where we are, but Red Bull easily with the quickest stop of the day. They also get some a point for Charles Leclerc in 10th as well. Aston taking home 2nd place. McLaren in 3rd. Nissan pick up some good points in 4th. Haas in 5th. Audi 6th. Mercedes in 8th. Maserati in 9th. So almost a complete sweep of different constructors. Just Red Bull getting 2 in the top 10 there. And of course they are our closest challenger. That will put them very close to us now, I think. In fact, they overtake us by 4 points. Damn it. They're on 241, 237 for us as we slip down into 2nd place. Aston Martin up 2 places. They're now on 179, 3 points clear of Nissan. And then Mercedes on 167 in 5th place. McLaren jumped Ferrari. They're on 111 to 104. No points for Williams. They're on 78. Haas now closing in. They're on 69. Audi with 44, and Maserati 2 more points to them, but they're still in just single digits with just 8 points. No stop for Max because he didn't even get to the end of lap 2, unfortunately, and just the one actual stop for Hamilton as we made our first pit stop under red flag conditions. And of course, we miss out on that money that we desperately need. Oh dear. 1.32 mil added to the bank balance, which was about 800k. We might just avoid the debt, going into debt as we cross into the start of a new month. But how bad is the damage to Max's car? I really hope his brand new engine that we just put in the car is still pretty much new. Let's head back to HQ and find out. We have a spare side pod, which I get the feeling we may have to throw straight into into service. Our side pod project is done in research as well. And next up is Monza. At least we have a 4-week gap, effectively, until the next Grand Prix. So a little bit of chance to try and rebuild our supplies, but with no money. Look at that, we've got 240k. So we just about managed to stave off going into debt. Well, we probably still did briefly. Let's have a look at the inbox. A lot of emails to get through. We always ignore the car development report because it's always wrong. Side pod developments. You can see the gains that we've made with that project. Engine cooling's taken a nice big jump before it gets absolutely slashed to bits at the end of the season. Post-race data. This is the email I don't want to read, but we kind of have to. Oh, okay, so not quite as bad as it could have been, but we did take a hell of a whack on that engine, considering it was 100% when we stuck it in for qualifying. It did Q1 and Q2, and then 2 laps of the Grand Prix. Barely 2 laps of the Grand Prix. And it's now lower than Hamilton's. That's not good. We do still have another ERS unit to put in the car. And god damn, that was one of our 2 remaining gearboxes. It's down to 45% already. So we've got 1 good gearbox left for Verstappen. And then 3 that are in varying different degrees of not good. That's not great. We also lost a suspension, a rear wing, a chassis, and we had a front wing failure as well as an underfloor failure on Hamilton's car. A lot of parts missing, and we can't afford to make anything other than a front wing, I think, as things currently stand. Ah dear, that is not good at all. Right, let's see what everyone else is up to. Maserati have a brand new underfloor. Apparently it's not that good. And now they're working on some suspension. Ferrari are having a difficult season. How have our rookies improved? Daniel Ricciardo has gained a point in reactions. Ugo has gained a point in accuracy. Excellent. And we gained a point in smoothness for Jack Logan Sargent as well. Looks like he is not leaving the team at the end of this year. He had been offered a contract and it seems to have gone away. What about our main drivers? Any change to their stats? Hamilton actually gained a point in reactions after that Grand Prix. Wow, didn't expect that. Alright, let's try and fix these cars. Not looking forward to this. I don't have any spare underfloors. So we're going to take them off max. Try and make at least one of our cars completely whole. To roll back to the old chassis while we wait for another one. Same with the rear wing as well. I can't even afford to make a rear wing at the moment. And then suspension. Again, we've got another one coming, so we're just gonna wait. But not great. So what are we actually waiting on? Chassis and suspension. That's it. Front wing is 225. Rear wing's 275. So I can't even afford to make a rear wing. I just have to wait until we get a little bit more cash. Speaking of, we have got a payment from the board. Well, not the board, sorry. The sponsors coming up, where we may well have to mod some money in, because we haven't been given the ability to actually do any objectives for this one, because it fell on a Sunday. a race Sunday. So, yeah, we're probably going to have to mod some money in. We'll find out how much in a moment. Let's check in with the boards, see how happy they were. They should be delighted with that result. They were fantastic. So another delighted added back into the tally. We're still hanging on to medium confidence. We're still hanging on to 5th place in the constructors, and we actually managed to tick off another race on the long-term objective. So with 6 rounds to go, we need to score points in 4 of those Grand Prix. Monza is the next one. We'll have a good chance at Monza. After that, I think we go to Canada. Let's take a look at the calendar. Yeah, Miami actually is the next one. Don't know how we're going to do in Miami. We've not raced there in a while, not since the 2026 season, so I don't know how we're going to do in Miami at all. Montreal will have a chance of some points depending on the weather. And then after that we get to Vegas. We'll definitely have a chance of some points at Vegas. Mexico, hopefully. But Mexico's not really been that kind to us. And I don't think we're going to do very well in Brazil. So, yeah, the tricky ones. Miami and Sao Paulo are probably the 2 trickiest out of that. And then, who knows with Mexico. Hopefully we can get something. We might just scrape through with that long-term objective. We might just do it. Let's get some pit crew training in. So we're at 92 out of 94. We were almost capped out on our stats. So we can really focus in on other areas now. Let's go with pit stop time. Check at the fatigue at the start of the month. That day needs to come out. And so does that day. And probably the next one as well. Yep. I'll give them the Sunday off. Give them a little bit of rest and recuperation over the weekend. Only a little. Then we go into some gym training. Yeah, it's pretty rough, isn't it? Let's change things up a bit. Let's make this 3 days of car building. Because then we're just going to be accruing less fatigue, so we'll have less to carry into the next week. Perfect. There we go. Then we'll have a full week of speed training. We'll take that day out so they can chill out on the Sunday. And then we'll get some split training in this week. Top the skills back up. And continue to strip a bit more time off the average stop. There we go. We'll go with that. Come out of Monza. Give them the Monday off. Let's get a day of training in here. down to 18 for the next day. Perfect. Confirm changes. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. I've got to go one more day. There we go. So suspension's done. Chassis done. It's 2 more projects done. We're up to 337,000. So now I can afford to build that wing. Just. Can I make Max's car whole again? Yes, there. We know we've got the wing coming. I need another underfloor. Can't afford that. At least I can put the suspension back on. And there we go. No engagement because it didn't even give us the opportunity. So we get 1.4 mil. Did we have any mandatories? Oh, we did. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so we got 1.4 mil. We should have had 3.99 mil. Actually, we got, what was it, 1.45. So we need to add in 2.54. 2.54 mil is what we need to add in. Let's get this stuff put in first. So we've got a hot lap for 2.5 mil. That's nice. And then we'll get Danny Rick doing something. Don't want to get Ugo doing something. Let's get Fittipaldi doing something. And then just to make sure we can get it across the line. Just in case something breaks. Let's do a bit with the factory as well. Just give us a little bit of leeway. There we go. So confirm that. There we go. Back up to 4.4 mil. Let's create a save. Alright, so save games. There we go. Yeah, it's a really annoying bug, and I'm not quite sure whether it's because we're playing with the with mods that it's causing that, or because we're playing with custom calendars. It's never ever been an issue until we started this series. But yeah, it's frustrating. Don't like having to keep doing this, but if it's going to keep stiffing us out of money that we've earned, or should have been able to earn, we kind of have to put it back in. So, what did we say? We needed to add in 2. What was it? We earned. I need to pull the replay back up. have a look. So we normally earn 3.99. Just waiting for it to come up now on the replay. Let's be just putting bits back on Max's car. Let's skip forward a bit. Alright, here we go. And we're at 1.445. So 3.99 becomes 2.99, 2.59, 2.55. That's how much we need to add in, another 2.5 mil, basically. So our new balance just going to round things up or down to make it easier. Our new balance should be 6.99 and change. We're just going to call it around 7 mil. And hopefully this is the last time this year that we have to do this. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Alright, I've gone full screen. Not quite sure how I did that. I don't know how to close out my full screen here. Oh shit, am I just... Ah, how do I... Damn it. Alright. Let's do this again. So, save 13. That's what we need. So, into teams. Yeah, we need to change the balance again. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Balance of 7 mil. So, all is right with the world once again. We need to spend that money. Oh god, the design center's gone now as well. That's 2.5 mil, but I mean that's really important. There's no way we're going to be able to afford a full upgrade to the next level. So we're going to have to go with the refurb, and it's literally just gone, so it won't let me do it today. We're going to have to wait another day before we can refurb that. Much as I would like to do these, but these are just too expensive for too little improvements. The race sim, I mean, that's so expensive as well. We need to put this money into research. Let's do the refurb one day. There we go. Boardrooms up to level 4. We've got our spare rear wing for Max. Let's put that on the car. There we go. At least we've made Max's car whole again, apart from the underfloor. Let's get that into the build queue. We've got 15 days, so we will get that back in time. I'm just terrified I've just done the wrong underfloor now. Yeah, Mark III. Thank God for that. Panic, I just ordered 2 Mark IIs. So, 6.2 mil. Let's get that design center refurb underway. That's going to take a month. I definitely want that up and running before the end of the season, so that we get the full benefit for next year's car. And now we need to spend some money. One more chassis, one more suspension coming. Yeah, we'll just have to play it by ear on those. Let's get some more research done. Next ATR is in 2.5 weeks. Okay. So, let's take a quick look at where we stand with our research. So chassis, we know we're losing out there. Front wing has had the big hours now. Rear wing needs a big hours. Side pods had big hours. And the suspension has now had big hours as well. So we're still losing on all of these parts against what's being affected by the reg changes, but at least we're minimizing the losses as much as we can. It will hit other teams harder than us, I hope. Let's see. So we want to focus in on the suspension a bit more. It's not a lot, is it? But I mean, it adds up. There we go. It's a mil. How much more have I got? 2.8 mil. That is enough to do a front wing / rear wing and one other part. So, and then I'm literally zero money. So, which one do I want to do? Let's go with front wing. There we go. Whack that all the way up. I have exactly 1 mil left, which is enough to do one more part. Let's do an underfloor, because that is going to be affected. And there we go. We have a bank balance that is perfectly on zero. I don't think I've ever had that before. So another first. Right, we are still having issues here, and it's because of that. We're going to leave it in there for practice for the next Grand Prix. I have to use use this engine for practice now, because that becomes our backup engine in case something goes horribly wrong, or when this one finally gives up the ghost. And then gearbox, yeah, we need to switch to a different gearbox now. It's a sprint weekend at Monza, so we'll use that one. It's only got to do one session. Let's take a look at Hamilton's powertrain. We'll do this now so I don't forget. We'll use the old engine, 8%. It's only got to do the one session. Have to use that ARS. And then gearbox, we'll go with that gearbox. There we go. So powertrain is set. Are we balanced on both cars' parts now? Mark 3, just waiting on that underfloor. So that's still a week away yet. Alright, to the inbox. Boardroom refurb is done. There's a spare suspension. I think we've already put that on the car, haven't we? Yes, we have. Spare chassis. How are the staff feeling? Positive for Lewis, neutral for Max. Not surprising, considering he just got shunted. Positive and enthusiastic elsewhere throughout the team. That's encouraging. Alright, that's an underfloor. And we've made Max's car whole again just in time for Monza, which is 7 days away. Engine in poor condition, yeah, we know about that. There we go. We are done. It's going to be hot. Ooh. That means tyre temps could go through the roof. If you played the scenario in the race replay, the track temperature in there is like 50 something degrees. Very, very hot. Tyres melt. Even when you put them in low pace setting, the second you get any dirty air. So if it's going to be like that, that's going to make things interesting. It's going to make things very interesting, especially considering how hard it is to overtake with the realistic racing compared to normally. And it is a sprint weekend as well, so chance for, well, 2 chances to pick up some points, although only race day points will count towards the season objective. So that is it for tonight. Another mixed fortunes Grand Prix. We had a really good race for Hamilton and an absolute stinker for Max. But that is unfortunately the way things go from time to time. Hopefully we can get back on track and get both cars into a really strong position for tomorrow night's stream when we head to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix weekend. I will be back at the usual time tomorrow of 8 PM for that stream. If you have enjoyed tonight's stream, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. If you are not yet subscribed, then why not consider hitting that subscribe button as well? And be sure to click the bell for notifications on live streams and videos. Until then, that is it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.